Hello there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, April 25th, getting close to the end of April, and I am here live with you today to make a card, Stampin' Up card from start to finish. So if you're here with me, just let me know, and if you're watching replay, let me know. First announcement I want to have is if you don't have this catalog yet, please let me know because I'd be happy to get that for you. As long as you already don't have a demonstrator, I'm happy to get that for you. So you can just either message me here or you can send me an email. I'll actually just put up my website so you can grab my email from there if you like. And can I actually put a comment in here too? Yes, I think I can. So just let me grab that here. I'm sorry, I'm running into my machine. If you're a regular, you'll notice that my view has changed because I finally got my room changed around. So this is trying it out today. And I'll just take off that other banner for a second. And the first thing I'm going to do that I always do is I do a draw for the card that I made the week before. So this is the card that I made the week before. This beautiful card using the new in color strawberry slush. And I talked about my little card thing here, and I'm going to do another in color today. So let me just share the screen here and pull up my little draw window. So anybody who commented, liked, or shared is automatically in this draw. And same thing for next week. All I have to do is comment, like, or share on today's card, and then you'll be in the draw. So here we go. And as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win. So Rita, congratulations, Rita. So I'm just going to put Rita down here, and I'll get that card out to you, Rita. And she said, hello, Jen, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Okay, so let me stop the share and just jump back here to the desk, and I'm going to say hello to Vila. How are you today? Okay, so let's just move this out of the way. And again, if you don't have this catalog, let me know. If you do have it, let me know. That'd be great too, because I am following up on all those. Just going to move things out of the way here. And today I'm going to talk about two more of the in colors. And well, I was going to do one, Secret C, but then I really wanted to bring in cloud cover. So I thought I'll do both. And then maybe next week I'll do both again, or one or the other or something. So so what I'm doing is I'm going to get this out of the way. This, like I said, this is a new setup for me. I finally reorganized my room a little bit. Made room again for the cat, important things. So it's just, I'm trying it out today to see how it goes. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put the two new in colors, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover here. And then what I've done is I've done some comparisons with other Stampin' Up colors. So I'm just going to go through them really quick. So you can see that this cloud cover, I'm going to hold it up a bit so you can see more. It's really more of a blue gray, a very, very light blue, but with a gray tone. So I actually did, and I've stuck this in some water or something because it's got a little bump in it here. I've compared it against gray, and so that really just shows how much gray is in that. And if you compared it to something like Misty Moonlight, which has a bunch of gray in it as well, you can still see it's got more gray than blue. And then this one is Lost Lagoon, which I always think of a green blue, and again you can see that this is more gray. And then really you see the difference here with Pool Party, which almost looks green here. So don't forget too, when you're comparing colors and you have colors side by side, it does influence what the color looks like. So it really looks green, especially next to Lost Lagoon, and the Balmy Blue looks like a very baby blue as opposed to Cloud Cover. But I really like Cloud Cover. I think it might be my favorite. Now, there is an issue with the ink. So the ink isn't being released when the catalog comes out on May the 6th because there's a quality issue, and Stampin' Up stands by the quality of their products, and so they're trying to fix that issue. So hopefully it's only a few more weeks delayed after that. But the paper's available, and the embellishments and everything else, and markers, so we can still make use of that color, just not with the ink pad. Okay, so then let me also throw in Secret Sea. And hello to Robin, and thanks for sharing already. So Secret Sea is a very intense, deep blue. And I got to say this about the in colors this year, that they're all very kind of intense, but muted, if that makes sense. And they're nice. They're definitely colors that I think have a place with all the other colors that we have. And so I'm excited to use those and try them out. But I really like this one too, Secret Sea. It might be my second favorite, or maybe it's my third, I don't know. But it's a dark, dark blue. And when the first thing I thought of is, oh, is that like Night of Navy? Well, this is Night of Navy. It is not at all like Night of Navy. Like Night of Navy is almost bright compared to Secret Sea. And then I thought, okay, well, it's like black. Well, there's black. It's not black. It's deeper than Night of Navy, but it's not as dark as black. Beth says, I love the Lost Lagoon. Reminds me of Soft Succulent. Yes, it does. Actually, it has. I'll just bring that back in here. This is the one she's referring to here. This one definitely has that minty green kind of tone to it. Interesting compared to Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock, you can see again the blue-green difference, right? Anyways, so basic gray, so you can see that there's grays in this. And then again with Pretty Peacock, which again I think is a dark sort of blue-green, and you can see how much more blue this is than green. And there's Misty Moonlight. I actually think those colors work well together. But again, this is more blue than this. So it's a very interesting color. I think it might be a really good neutral. So when you don't want to be all the way black, but you don't want to be brown, there's a nice blue. So I'm going to use these two colors today, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover, and you have to tell me what you think, okay? So first thing I have to say is I thought with this that it automatically lent itself to mail cards, right? Because of the muted tones and the blues and stuff like that. So I actually did create a couple guy cards. A couple of them I'm going to have to wait to show you because I'm going to be demonstrating with my team this weekend at an event we have online, and then I'll share it with you. In fact, next week, next Friday, I'm going to be on the road during this time when I normally do my live because I'm going to a thing with some stampers. So I'm going to record a video for you, which will have these in it. Okay, so you'll see that one card, the more masculine version. So I challenged myself today to do a more feminine version with these cards. So I'm going to show you that. And I think it's actually really quite nice. And let's just get started with it. I am using something you haven't seen before. It's called Impressions Abloom. It's this beautiful two-step stamping stamp set that is going to be available on May 6th in the online exclusives. And two-step stamping is basically where you have one piece and then you stamp over top to get the impression. Or you don't have to do that. You can just stamp with this, which is what I'm going to do today. The other thing I'm going to show you is this one called The Right Words. I also think this is coming out May 6th if it's not in the catalog. And I think I showed this one last week, now that I think about it. Yeah, I might have. It's got all sorts of nice greetings on there. Happy birthday, some sympathy, some great, it's a great all-round set. And then finally, I'm going to use this one, which is retiring. It's on the retiring list. And I just really like this sympathy one here. So I'm going to use that for that one. But I do love this set, and there's some dies and stuff too as well. So yeah, oops, I got an extra. You can see them all here. It's a great set. Sad to see it go because it's you can mix and match the flowers and stuff. But I've got a post on my website about all of that. Okay, hello to Paulette as well. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's see if I can get everything off to the side okay. And I've got my Secret Sea here and my cloud cover. So I'm going to make the Secret Sea my base. So I'm going to fold this in half. Everything's on my left now. It used to be on my right. So it is a little disorientating. Like you can see that against the black, eh? It's quite, I can still see that it's blue, but it's very dark. Okay, so I'm going to grab my cloud cover. And because this is a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to use my little foam mat and a piece of scrap paper just to give the photopolymer stamp a bit of oomph. Because when we do rubber stamps, like here's a rubber stamp, you can see it's already got a cushion built in, whereas the photopolymer doesn't. So sometimes it doesn't give you a good impression when you do photopolymer unless you've got a cushion underneath it. So I got my Secret Sea open here, and I've got this filled in large flower, and I'm going to do 3 of these. 1. So it looks quite lovely on this cloud cover. 2. And I'm going to just turn this around so they don't all look the same. 3. Okay. And I'll leave that open for a few minutes. Actually, here, while I've got it open, I'm going to take a scrap piece here, and I'm going to use that sympathy one that I was telling you about. I have to make sure that I'm staying in the camera. You guys yell at me if I'm not, okay? With Heartfelt Sympathy. I just love the font on that. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so that's that. And the inside, this is going to be the inside piece. And this is the one where I'm using The Right Words. It says here, hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories. I thought that is a really nice greeting to put on the inside of a card, a sympathy card. Okay, now I'm going to take Because we don't have the cloud cover ink, I'm going to fake it a little bit by using Versamark. Now, Versamark is one of those stamp pads that you would use if you're going to do embossing because it's sticky. But the original purpose of a Versamark is as a watermark. So what it does is it does the paper a shade darker, does the ink a shade darker than the paper. So you get this kind of watermarky image. And I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. It takes a minute for it to sort of come through, but can you see that? You can see how it's kind of basically doing a watermark, exactly what you'd think it was. So it's just there in the background, nothing fancy, but just giving that a little bit. And I'm not going to add the overlay on top of that. I'm going to leave it like that, but I am going to add something. So I'm going to just get rid of this. And I think I left my cleaner pad. Did I leave my cleaner pad in the bathroom? Nope, it's here. Okay, I'm just going to clean this. You don't have to see me clean. I often just wait and leave it till later. But it is important to clean your stamps. So I'm going to just take this here, the inside piece, while I've got all the inks out. And I'm going to stamp once. I'm going to stamp again without re-inking. Oh, I got a little mark on there. I don't like that. So 1, 2, and 3. Like that. So look at that pretty little thing. Now, because I did that, I don't like what I did. I'm going to turn over. So because I went half off the page on that first one, that was why I got that line. 2, 3. That's better. That's better. So a nice little decoration in the corner, and then we'll add this back in. This cardstock is nice. Oh, it's nice and thick, so you don't see through. So now I'm going to have to take this one because I messed up that one. So another reason not to attach your stuff until you have it all stamped in case you make a mistake. So I'm just going to move these over. This one I'm bringing in right now is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to move my stuff around because it never fit in here when I wanted to do it. Use it. So I'm hoping this is a little easier. It's certainly easier for me to grab because it's on the same level here. And I think it'll be easier to use. So I'm going to use this folder here. It is called Pressed Flowers Embossing Folder and is meant to go with this Impressions Abloom stamp set. So I'm going to take the front of my card and I'm going to stick it in here in the folder. So the folder has, oh, did we lose my feed? I hope not. Okay, good. It's got flowers that kind of go up like this. I'm going to just move the machine up, the camera up a little bit so you can see. Okay, so you can see the flowers go up like this. So I'm going to turn it and I'm going to go in like this. So it looks like they're coming from the side, but try not to get the bottom part on there so that it doesn't look like it's rooted on the right hand side. It just looks like it's a vine coming in from the right. I hope that makes sense. And yet it's covering most of where I stamp. So it's just going to give this extra embossing on top. So I'm going to put this in. It's always better if you can put the seam first. And this is plate 1. And then all you need is plate 4 when you're doing embossing. Okay, so this is going to go through the machine like this. And you know what? This is a thin embossing folder, so that's not what we need. So hold on, I need to grab the other pieces. Whee! I was way across my room. So it tells you on here, probably did an okay job, but not a great job. It tells you on here what to do for a thin one. So for a thin one, I'm going to use plate 1, and then I'm going to use one of these, and one of these, and one of these. It's just a bit thinner, so it needs a different setup, a little bit thicker. Okay, let's see here. Woo! That was interesting. Well, I needed it to go back down, so that's good. Let's just move this out of the way. And pull this out. Oh, that's pretty. I'm hoping you can see it. Look how gorgeous that is. It's just a very slight texture. My phone is all funny. Here we go. Tell me if it keeps fading in and out, because on my end it looks like it's jumping a little bit. Let me know. Okay. And then I'll check your comments. Robin says, I like that right word set. It's so good for sayings. Yeah, it really is. Okay, so let's bring all the pieces together. And I have some ribbon here too. This is also part of the same suite. It is white polyester ribbon. I'm going to say it has a bit of a texture like a bandage, which is really weird, but it ties really nicely. So, okay, so I'm going to tie this around here like this, around the front, and then off to the side here. I always like to leave it on the spool so that I only use what I need. And I'm going to tie a knot. I don't want to do a bow because I don't want this to be too foo-foo because it's a sympathy card. And I always like having these ready, right? Because when you need them, you need them. And here is a pair of scissors. I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, and let's get some tape. This is our seal, double-sided tape. This actually looks nice from that side too. A little bit more there. Make sure my card is opening the right way. I'm used to using a wood grain background on when I'm doing my things, so it's hard to see this dark card. Here, I'll bring my scrap paper in. There we go, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna put this piece on the inside. Like that. A little bit of extra tape there, that's okay. And then I have a punch here, and I forgot to look up what it's called. I want to say labeled with love, but I'm not 100% sure. I will double check and I'll put something in the comments after. It's nice. It punches out a really nice greeting like this. Ta-da! And I'm going to add dimensionals. I did reorganize all my dimensionals and found out I have so many. They were all in different places, so I put them all together. Here we go. Wrong side, Beulah says. Very nice embossing. No, I think it's the right side. You know, it almost could go either way. It's raised out, bumped out, so I think it's okay. I think it's okay. No one will ever know if it's not. So I'm just going to add that in there. Notice I did one in each corner, so it would go over top of the ribbon. Okay, now I'm not done yet. I have pre-cut some little flowers from that stamp set, from that die set. Because, you know, once you've seen die cutting, you've seen die cutting. And I'm not bringing the machine back in here because my camera wants to do funny things. Okay, I'm going to grab a glue dot. I'm going to put one here and one here, one here. So I'm just going to pick this up with my Take a Pick tool. These are so cute. There's little tiny stitching, and I'm going to hold it up after so you can see it. That one I just crushed. So there's little tiny stitching in the middle of these. Like I said, I'll hold it up so you can see. So there is a right and a wrong side. There is a right and a wrong side to these ones. Here we go. And one right there. Let me hold that up so far. I'm going to add one more thing to it though. So you can see that. I'm going to go in really close. It's dark, so it's hard to tell. Maybe when I take a picture after, you'll be able to see it better. But there's little stitching just in the middle there of the flower. Very cute. And you can see that very subtle pattern in the background. Really pretty. Again, I'm loving this vibe for a sympathy card. Okay, so I've got here some in color flat pearls. So these are the new colors. These are the 5 new colors. So there's the 2 that I'm using today, the cloud cover and the secret sea. So I'm going to grab one of the cloud cover little ones and I'm going to stick it right in the middle there just to bring through that cloud cover card. And I think that's it. I'm not going to add more. You'd have to do, you know, 1, 3, 5. And I don't want to bling it up too much because it is a sympathy card, but I just wanted to add that little piece of bling there. And then on the inside, we have that beautiful greeting with a little bit of muck there, but not too bad. So how's that for a sympathy card? I thought the tone of these colors is perfect for a sympathy card. So I am going to show you 2 more things I did here, and I'm going to check your comments. And I'm going to clean up all at the same time. Imagine that. Just so I can maintain room here. Let's see here. Very pretty. Peek inside. Peek inside. Here? You just mean, oh, that you mean? Or I'm not sure, Vila, what you mean. What do you mean? What did I do wrong that I can't see for looking at it? Okay. Oh, I know it. You might have thought that I put this on the wrong side. Well, the other one, the other side, the memories was squished up. So I decided to rather have the flower squished up than the word. Maybe that's what I meant. Okay, so let me show you another card I made with that color. So that's that Secret Sea color, and I paired it with Garden Green and Lemon Lime Twist. And these are 2 new stamp sets as well that are coming. Actually, this one might already be there. I think it is. He's the Greatest. And so it's got all these, you know, Guy, Papa, Dada, whatever. And then I used, trying to find, I don't know what stamp set it is. It was on my desk. It was this one, Wooded Acres. And then I used this one. I think I used that one just recently too. So it should be here on my desk. I can't remember, but I will look it up and show you. But it's basically this part. Thanks for being the best. And then I just added Dad in there. So kind of cute. And then I have this other card that I just got from someone. It's a card swap, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Here, let's get rid of the white. Because it shows all of the in colors together, and with another new stamp set, which I just got. So I'm excited to do this. So let me just hold this up so you can see it. So she's put all 5 of the new in colors in there on repeat. And she's stamped with the Timid Tiger and put some Timid Tiger in the background. And I think I love that color. I can't actually wait to use it. So here it is. Here's the little gem she used. Same idea, but I love the fact that she did this flower in the Secret Sea and didn't color it in, just let the color behind shine through. And I thought, what a beautiful card. So I just wanted to share that with you too. So there we go. There's Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. So tell me what you think of those 2 new in colors. And I am doing another in color club this year. I'm going to put stuff out on Monday, but I've got it almost ready. So if you do want to see it sooner, I can send it to you Monday, this weekend. Just let me know. Love the dad card. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a good one too. Just simple, and you know, that's what we need to do for our dads, right? Did you not restamp the dark edge of the flower, the one you pointed to? Yes, I did, but I did it so fast when I flipped over the card and I restamped the words, I messed up the words. So I decided I'd rather have the flower messed up than the words. That's also here. Have a look at this one. This is my original, done perfectly. How's that? So yes, Viola, you are right, but I was fast and I just switched it around. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and be sure and check back next week. Like I said, I won't be here in person, but I will pre-record a video for you to leave and for the same time. And thanks again for joining me today, and have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye now.